you kind of go back to the drawing board, use it as motivation, and that's kind of what I did. I just had got back in training and just had a new energy for it, and learning and always keep it in the back of your mind and using it as motivation, and you don't ever want to feel that again, and I just used it. I flipped it around and used it as a positive, really.
What did you do wrong in the fight? Did you point to anything in particular?
Everything. I feel like I don't know. It was a great experience and great learning process as far as big fight. A lot of eyeballs, media, all that kind of stuff. It's good to go through that. I just felt like I didn't fight to my potential, and it ate at me for a while. And it just sucks because if I went out there and felt like I did fight to my potential and got beat, so be it. But I felt like I didn't, and so it ate at me for a while, a couple weeks, and I just had to let it go, put it in the past, and use it to never happen again. And anytime you're in training camp and you're feeling sorry for yourself, or you don't want to do one more thing or anything like that, one more round, and you think about that and how you don't want to feel like that again, and that's what I've done. And I went back and I worked on some things and had a great training camp because of it. How good is Jon Jones? He's great. You've seen him. Goes out there and got the championship, and he's really it's frustrating because it feels like you can't reach him. He's always on the outside with his length, and he's a strong wrestler and a lanky guy, and is very dynamic. So I would say he's frustrated more than anything, and you can tell from his other fights with Shogun and all that. So we'll see what happens. He might have the belt for a long time, but felt like it didn't fight to my potential, and I definitely would like to get in there with him again sometime. It's a weird deal when you lose to a guy and then he goes on and then absolutely destroys the champion. Like, what's that feeling like? Because you're like, okay, maybe I could have done that to Hua, and then part of you is like, well, I didn't get destroyed by Jones like that. Yeah, it doesn't make you feel any better, but it doesn't make you feel any worse. So that's always good for if you take a loss, you see the guy go on to be successful. If he would have gone on and just got his butt kicked, and then you've been like, well, okay, well, that sucks. But he was successful. He has a championship, so at least that is a positive out of it. But I just kind of used it and turned it around as a positive, and not really, I was dwelling on it for a week or so, but got over it and then just used it for fire. That's about it. Well, you got married recently too, right? Yeah, last October. So doesn't that make it easier to have someone around? Not that you just met her a week before you got married, but that helps too, doesn't it? Yeah, for sure. It helps. Actually, that helps with everything. Where as before, you're out, chasing girls, you're in training camp, but you get bored and you're by yourself, and you're like, go out with my buddies. I won't drink or anything, but I'll go out to the club or the bar and just hang out and see, pick up on some girls or whatever, and so. Being married and just focusing on my career and staying home on the weekends and all that is it's great for my career and it's great for my training and everything, and I'm happy at this point in my life. So the days of the tough tryout video are done, huh? Yeah, sadly they're done. I love that video. That was funny stuff. Ryan Bader. That one, huh? Oh yeah. Everyone did. Ryan Bader's with us. He's getting ready to fight Tito Ortiz at UFC 132. It's on pay-per-view. You can grab it on your satellite and cable providers. All right. So where is Tito Ortiz right now? Because there's a weird dynamic around this fight. I believe he's a competitor, and he's on a losing streak. But he's one of those guys that he brings a lot of people to the fight, a lot of people watching, a lot of talk about the fight, whoever he's fighting. I've heard from people, they ask me who I'm fighting, I tell them, Tito, and they're like, oh, you got this, you don't even have to train and all that, and it's totally untrue. I've trained my butt off for this fight, and, he's dangerous, and don't let his record fool you. He's been fighting top-tier guys, and he's been hanging in there in every single one, so I'm taking this fight more seriously than every other fight, because I'm coming off a loss. I want to get back in the win column and start, climbing back to the top, and so I had a great training camp. I feel the best I've felt, and that's probably due to just experience and going through training camps and streamlining it. And I know I'm in for a fight with Tito, and he knows that if he loses, he might be gone. So he's going to come out and throw everything at me. So I got to do the same. Somewhere along the line, you used the term stepping stone. I saw he wrote a blog for ESPN. It was posted yesterday, and he said that was a little disrespectful.
Do you regret
I never
saying
used that once.
Okay. Well, then he took it that way.
At that. I never said that one time.
Yeah.
All I said was I want to get back to the top, and it starts with Tito here, and that's all I said. So he got that from who knows where, but I'm not treating this fight as that at all. I'm actually, this is a fight that I'm taking very seriously, and I want to get back to my winning ways. Maybe he got it from that, but I want to, it just starts with Tito, and I want to go out there and beat him. And, coming off a loss sucks. I don't want to lose again. So I got to go out there. I have a tough fight ahead of me, but I want to get back to the winning ways.
What do you see happening in this? I mean, I know we hear all the time, hey, I'm going to, fight wherever the fight goes, but do you see locking horns with him and dumping him on his head, or is he too strong for that? Is he more susceptible now to the striking game?
Yeah, I feel so. I'm going to use a lot of striking and mix it up. I feel like I've grown a lot as a fighter, and I just need to fight like I do in training and in sparring, and really just relax and not try to, overhand right and try to big punches every time. And that'll help with everything. That'll help with cardio and pretty much everything, technique. Just get in there, relaxing, and, being a little more crisp with my boxing and stand-up, throwing more kicks, more knees, and then mixing them up with my takedowns. That's really going to be effective. And I've learned a lot in this training camp, worked a lot on different things, and being more efficient and effective with my strikes and my takedowns. So I feel like I'm going to come out and be a new fighter, and, I'm not even going to be close to what he's been studying on tape. So I think I'm going to surprise him on the feet, and then I have the ability to, take him down, especially in, after 2 minutes in the first. And from then on, I believe I can take him down, when I want. So I'm just going to mix it up. There's no real specific game plan. As I'm going to go in there and take him down right away and do this and that. We'll see what happens, and I'll kind of react off him too.
The striking game's not easy to learn, is it?
No, it's really not. And coming from a wrestling background, up till I was, 22, 23 years old, I never threw a correct punch in my life, and then, to be thrown in there and to try to learn as quickly as possible and taking fights, you got to learn quick. And, it takes time, and it takes every day in the gym and a lot of sparring and repetition. And, you can learn all you want to, but then you get thrown in a fight or in sparring, you start getting hit. You got to, a lot of people freak out at that. So, it takes a certain person, too, to relax in there and, be technical while you're getting hit also.
That's why last week when I was watching, and listen, he's got a lot of holes still, and he still has a long way to go. But when I watch a guy like Matt Mitrione with his hands, I'm like, wow, he's impressive because he's so relaxed. I don't think his defense is great, but you watch a guy like that. Do you ever look at certain guys and you're like, man, how come it's coming a little easier for them?
Yeah, absolutely. And you learn from that, and you try to emulate them, and you work with them. I actually worked with Matt a lot. Not a lot, but whenever we're at a fight or whatever, we work out together, and we share secrets, and we help each other out. And you just got to take a little bit from everybody, and your coaches, and really for me, I have the ability. It's just using it in a fight instead of getting all worked up and not getting angry, but just going out there and be like, oh, I want to put him away right now with this one big punch. Mm-hmm. It'll come, and if I look back, to fights like Jardine, it started with a straight right hand. It didn't come with I've had my knockouts from a big overhand, but being more technical, and that's going to start getting those knockouts and getting those good punches in, and that's comes with experience, and I feel like I've gotten over that plateau.